Hello, everybody. My name is Zach, aka the Weather Gamer, bringing you Week 6 of WWC Weekly Recap. I am joined by Slick today.
Yo, what's going on, guys? How are you all doing?
So we're gonna go over the normal stuff. The standings, the transactions, which there were a lot of transactions again this week. Um, I'm totally drawing a blank. The stats, kill death leader, all that good stuff, and then Slick would like to talk about his match versus Checkmate, so we'll finish off with that. I am going to throw a caveat here. Week 7, we're playing. Week 8, we're playing. And then there's going to be a week off. Jake and I talked after initially saying no by week. We talked, and we're like, nah. Coaches seem to be getting a little fatigued. Commissioners are a little fatigued with everything we've got going on. So we're just going to take a week off, get some R&R. So just a heads up that's coming.
Let everyone stay motivated then as well.
Yeah, we're also halfway through the season, so now comes the real fun challenge of the next 6 weeks trying to get into playoffs. And the last thing is I've been up for about 20 minutes at time of recording, so don't expect a lot from me. Slick's going to carry us, I hope, on this one. So,
I'll do my best.
I went to bed at like 1 a.m. my time, and it's 9 a.m. my time, so...
Alright, well, yeah, it's 3 p.m. here, so
Yeah,
I'm
so...
definitely awake.
Well, looking at our top 8, which is the playoff contenders, to no surprise, the defending champion Ian is sitting up there, as is Photon, with no surprise. The final undefeated team in Czech was defeated.
He was defeated. He was.
Blaze is still the surprise at 5-1 in 4th place. Spare, another former champion, in the top 5. Savage up there, Zippy up there, and Naily. Oh, no, not Naily. Well, I see Tired Brain. I can't think who the Jacksonville Browns is.
Oh, Kylo.
Kyle, yeah. Also up in the top 8. Jake officially has fallen out of playoff picture right now, but, at 3-3, still a chance to jump up. You as well, Slick, are sitting in 10th, right on the outside of playoffs. Damien, followed by Acorn, Naily, or Nolly. My tired brain, I can't remember how he told me to pronounce it. Sorry.
Sorry.
Slick, you're not Slick. Matthias.
We're just gonna roll with it at this point.
Matt, myself, Board, and Suspect to finish it out. Just because we're at the halfway point, I will point out bottom 4 teams, just a reminder, you have the chance to be kicked out of Gamma and put into Alpha. However, Jake and I have talked, well, Jake kind of dictated to me, I'm not allowed in Alpha, so regardless of if I finished last in enforced relegation, I'm not, because Jake will not let me in Alpha. So, if I finish dead last, which, all it takes is Suspect to win and Board to win and me to lose again, and there I am. No, but bottom 4. So bottom 2 automatically move down to Alpha. Top 2 in Alpha automatically move up to Gamma. And then your 18th and 17th place in Gamma will play the 3rd and 4th place Alpha teams. And if the Alpha teams win, they go up. If the Alpha teams lose, they stay where they're at. It's just to try and shuffle and get... maybe the bottom teams need a little more practice, so we'll get down to Alpha for practice, and the top teams are ready for Gamma, so bring them up. Plus, if we open Omega, we're going to lose a bunch of coaches to that anyways, so massive reshuffle is coming. But yeah, that's our standings. The 4 of us at 1 and 5 are pretty well 1 loss away from being eliminated from playoff contention at this point. Like, it's not dead in the water, but with our differentials...
It's like a few tops to climb back at this stage, yeah.
With our differentials in the toilet, basically, we're in some trouble. So, but, it's not over yet. By week 8, it'll probably be over for some teams, but...
For some teams, yeah.
Until then, don't know. So, Any real surprises to you other than the fact that you're no longer in the top 10 after starting 2-0?
Not really, to be honest. I feel like the only surprise to me is maybe Huff being down as low as he is. I mean, he's definitely a very good player, and to be honest with you, he's got a really good team as well. And it's just kind of odd to see that he's down as low as he is.
Yeah.
I suppose the only real surprise to me as well is Blaze in the top 4, just because I don't know, I don't really remember him doing that well last season. So
I don't think he
it's
won a
definitely
game
nice.
last season. So
Yeah, it's definitely a nice surprise though to see him up there.
Yeah.
Other than that, not really, you know. To be honest.
So there's your rankings. So transaction-wise, a lot of stuff happened. Just Zygarde getting dropped, I think, was the biggest of the surprises. But you see Rotom Fan, Dusclops, Chestnut, and Zygarde subbed out from Misdreavus, Mudsdale, Haxorus, and Bulu. Right now, Bulu is trash, and I'm going to stand by that and continue to stand by that until DLC comes out and we get Play Rough on it. Once it gets Play Rough, Bulu will definitely be something I redraft because now it has a physical fairy type move and is actually a decent mon. But right now, I don't think it's that good. Haxorus is a great dragon type. Is it better than Zygarde? I don't know, but I know that Nolly was struggling with Zygarde, so a change can always help. I mean, what do you think of their transactions?
From what he told me, anyway, he's just doesn't like Zygarde, and I understand that because Zygarde is a mon that I haven't liked either. So, you know, it's really difficult to make a mon work if you don't like using it. So, definitely wants to change that up. Haxorus is obviously a fantastic dragon type. You know yourself with Haxorus.
Yeah, Haxorus is a good boy.
Yeah, Bulu was picked up literally just for the ground weakness. Because we established like after the draft stream that he did have a bit of ground weakness, and Bulu definitely patched that up a lot. And he's told me he's had really good success with Bulu in the past. I also don't really like Bulu as a mon, so I agree with you there. But if he's had success with it, then you can't really go wrong with picking it up. So yeah, I don't know. I think these transactions make it better because he wasn't bringing Chestnut ever because of like he has Scolipede to Spike Stack, and I don't know. I don't think Chestnut was ever coming. Neither was Dusclops or Rotom. Whereas I feel like his new 3 can definitely come more often, makes his team more versatile.
Yeah. Hey, if Bulu works for people, it works for people, but I don't think it's good right now without Play Rough. But we'll see.
I agree with you there. I don't like it either.
Yeah. Suspect ended up switching out his Noivern for Zygarde, so trading one quad week for another quad week. Granted, Zygarde, in my opinion, is better than Noivern, but again, people will disagree with me on that one.
It is better, but it's obviously I prefer Noivern just as a mon. But again, like you can't go wrong with Zygarde. It's definitely, if you like it, it can be a threat for sure. But yeah, I understand why you picked it up.
And then we're seeing Emboar, Kangaskong, and Moltres dropped from Acorn for Swampert, Simisear, and P2. All I know is people meme the monkeys, so I have no idea anything about Simisear. I do know that Swampert and P2 give him some very thick mons.
Yeah, gives him a lot more bulk for sure. And another Stealth Rocker, which I don't know if he had not many of, but he definitely has. He's got a new Stealth Rocker as well, and he also gives him another Water Ground type. I don't know if he had a Water type before this. I wasn't familiar with his team, but yeah, I think it gives him a lot. I don't know. I think it gives him a lot more options now as well. Simisear is a bit weird. Don't know. I don't know if that's a real Pokemon, to be quite honest, but you know.
Are any of the monkeys real Pokemon, to be honest?
No, probably not. We'll see.
I say this, and then I play Acorn later this season, and I get swept by Simi's your nasty plotting flame charge.
I wasn't saying this is nasty
plotting. Fuck. I can tell you it's coming. Just the way this season's going, I'm gonna get swept by a Swimmy Seer and be like, no, why? So.
He'll watch this video and just after seeing you talk shit about it, he'll bring it and win.
Yep.
I think he's brought it already, actually.
Not sure. Spoilers.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, whoops.
Yeah, as you guys know, we're way, like, I record these way after week 6, or the week ends. Like,
yeah, we're a bit ahead now.
We're on release day recording this time because I've just been busy, so you guys are seeing this probably 3 hours after we recorded it, so. Spare actually making transactions. The man has never made a transaction in 4 seasons until this week.
Bad.
He always just sticks with his draft, but dropping Thundy Eye, which I've never used, so I don't have a lot of talk on it. Volcanion, which, if it wasn't so damn slow, would be a god tier mon. And Slowking, I prefer Slowbro over Slowking. Just from a personal standpoint, Bro is much more fun to use than King, but picks up Manaphy, Goat water type. It does suffer from the lack of Z crystals, but it's still a powerhouse mon. Like Tail Glow and 3 attack is still really good. It can be incredibly bulky with rest talk.
Hydration as well.
It does not need rain to function. Many people think Manaphy has to have rain to function. It doesn't.
It's also like really a good. It's actually a good assault vest user as well, with like U-turn and knock off and utility like that. So
yeah, it is incredibly thick. Base 100s across the board. Speaking of thick, Cresselia, another incredibly thick mon. A mon that can be very, very annoying if you don't toxic it right away.
This can just be a win con in itself, like every week. Well, not every week, but in certain matchups.
Thank God it's not post-DLC yet when this thing gets cosmic power.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Because it will never die. And then Entei, who, again, of the doggos, although Raikou did severely get hurt until DLC comes out with the loss of hidden power, Entei's still not the best of
yeah,
fire
I'm
types. No Earthquake really.
Not a fan of Entei, to be quite honest.
It needs Earthquake. Why didn't Entei get Earthquake?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. As far as these transactions go, I'm not really sure why he dropped Thunders. I think that one is just fantastic. As a Pokemon, I have a lot of experience with Thunders, and
does it get Defiant as its hidden ability?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Alright, I couldn't remember.
I don't know. So that's a bit weird. The Volcanion drop, I kind of understand because Manaphy is just better as a water type, and then Slowking for Cresselia also kind of makes sense. I mean, you can't really go wrong with Cress. It's just a win con like that. It's the mon that can 6-0 if played right, and I don't know. I will say I think it gives his team a lot more ball, like reliable ball. His team was kind of frail before this, so I think it makes it a little bit better. I don't know. I just don't really agree with the Thunderous drop, to be honest.
Yeah, the one thing that I was going to point out is he dropped Thunderous and Volcanion to Defoggers. So his hazard control now consists of Defog Kartana and Defog Salamence.
And that's it. Yeah, that's not good.
That's his only Defoggers.
That's not great, to be honest. I mean, his team isn't overly weak to rocks, but like
he doesn't have a grounded poison type, so T-Spikes can get him. And spike stacking is still like he's got
pretty good against him, yeah. Like Lopunny and Kartana want to come in on spikes, so it's not great. But I don't know. I think he'll still be fine. Like
he's spare. He's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
So then the last transaction, no, it was not a free agent transaction. I just didn't want to do the paperwork for it. Marking a trade back and forth. Basically what happened is I traded Ditto to Jake for Rillaboom, Jake dropped Ditto, picked up Dreadnought. I have Rock Slick. Are you proud?
I'm very proud, man. Well done.
And then he traded Dreadnought back to me for the Rillaboom. So I know a lot of people didn't understand that was a thing we could do because it seems abusive. What's the point of free agent limit? Jake could have said no. It's just like with Slick and...
Exactly.
God, who did you trade with Slick? Was it...
Nearly.
Yeah, Slick and I were both out of free agents. We luckily have friends that were like, hey, we're not going to use all our transactions. And
I just want to point that out as well. I did ask. I don't know about you, but I asked, like, are you using all of your free agents? Because I knew he was going to use some. It was like, oh, then like you don't have to do this if you don't want to. He's like, no, absolutely fine.
Yeah, no, that's what I did
cool.
too. I was like, hey, Jake, do you have an extra transaction? Because he told me after we did the whole bunch of transactions last week that he thought he was done, and with rosters locking after week 9. He said, I don't think I'm going to use any of my other transactions, but I'm going to hang on to them. And I said, if you've got one extra, could you pick me up a Stealth Rocker? Because I should have just picked up a Stealth Rocker over Ditto to begin with. And so he luckily said, sure, you can have one. If he had said no, I probably would have been asking other coaches, hey, anybody want to shake and bake with me here for a second so I can pick up Dreadnought? The fact that I don't have rocks and the fact that I still have to play at least one Charizard, I want rocks because I don't want to get swept by my good boy again.
And, even though it's still a Dreadnought, like, it's not the best rocker in the world, but it's something.
Don't bash Dreadnought. Dreadnought is a good mon.
No, it's a good mon, but it's your only rocker. It's still not fantastic, but, it is definitely something, and it's going to help for sure.
One rocker greater than no rocker, and yes, I know
exactly,
I know it's another physical attacker. Okay, I got it. Okay? I drafted a ton of physical attackers, and I picked up a ton of physical attackers. I'm sorry.
How are you going to break through my Weezing? Or my Aggron?
With special physical attackers, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring a special physical attacker. I'm going to bring special Melmetal with...
with Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Steel Beam.
Yeah, suicide move, Steel Beam. So yeah, there's your transactions. Going into the kill leaders and the kill death leaders. Finally, this is starting to look a little more like what I
still don't see where the kill leader tab is.
Hit statistics, and then it should bring up like 7 or 8 different categories. If you click on the title of each category, it'll take you to each one.
Gotcha.
So I'm looking at full statistics, and arguably the most busted mon right now that we have allowed, G-Max Melmetal, is finally number 1 on the kill leaderboard with 15 kills, just coming out of nowhere. Acorn wanted to trade this thing to me, and now suddenly he's got it at number 1.
Yeah, that's no surprise to anyone in all fairness. I mean, G-Max as a mechanic is just so stupid, man. Like, it should never be allowed. That's my personal opinion, though. But
well, we'll put it to a vote for Season 5.
Yeah, that's not no surprise. It's so bulky. It's so annoying to take down. I actually still don't believe the fact that I took it down and didn't get a kill against me is kind of wild. But
yes.
Yeah.
Well, let me give you some advice, because as a Melmetal user and that, I know how to beat these things down a little better. Very bulky defensive water type with Rocky Helmet.
Yeah.
Recovery, Milotic. As well as Will-O-Wisp. Just bring them on that's got Will-O-Wisp, because as soon as you burn Melmetal, it's fucked. Unless it's carrying a Choice Band, it's just fucked. It really is.
It is.
Even with its massive attack stat, burning that thing just destroys its ability to break. So
really
burn the Iron Giant. Not G-Max. Mega Charizard X is not really a surprise.
No. Thing's a monster.
Matthias is living and dying by G-Max Charizard this season. If he gets it off, he 6-0s. If he doesn't get it off, he gets dropped. So...
Yeah, that's not great in all fairness, but I mean, it's kind of working for him. So
the G-Max Grimmsnarl is now in third. Didn't get a kill off on you, if I remember correctly.
I think it got one.
Maybe.
We'll
see
it killed one of my.
Back.
Yeah.
Gardevoir, surprisingly, still in the top 5. That thing's been here forever and just won't go away.
Yeah, Gardevoir it's a sleeper. It's a really good Pokemon. Not something that would be in the top 10 usually, but it's surprising, but it's not surprising, if that makes sense. But
yeah,
it's good. It's good for sure.
Jirachi coming out of nowhere, climbing the board. Kartana still hanging around. Mega Arrow hanging around. Hydreigon finally getting into the top 10. Arguably one of the most busted dragon types in the format now.
Yeah, for sure.
Mega Mawile clawing its way back up. Mega Gardevoir is here. Scissor's not far behind. Cinderace is finally making its way up here, being Libero. Zeraora. Like, we're starting to see...
Darmanitan is also starting to come up there.
Your G-Darm shooting up. Dracovish shooting up in almost the top 15. Like, it's...
Dreadnought's kind of fell off a bit.
Yeah, we had to get to the middle of the season, but we finally got... like the typical trend going. There's a lot of steel, like FDS core in the top 20. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Just goes to show, to be honest.
Yeah, you've got 5 steel types. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fairy types. 1, 2,
and 3 dragons.
3 dragons, yeah. It's pretty good.
Just goes to show, to be honest, in drafts, that those typings are key.
Again, though, looking past the top 20, Mew, Lele, Volcarona right there. There's 3 Mons.
Charizard.
My boy fell out of the top 20. He hasn't gotten a kill since he swept that one game. But still, like, seeing Mew, Lele, Volcarona, 3 really broken Mons outside the top 20. My own personal Melmetal is moving its way up, but still out. Dragapult, which is arguably a very strong... Kyurem Black is almost out of the top 50.
Yeah, that's a bit surprising.
There's still some Mons that, like Megalotti, there's still some Mons Necro that need to drift back up to the top. But...
One thing that's actually kind of shocking is down in 93 is Ash Greninja with only 2 kills.
As I've said, Ash Gren without a Z move is not really super viable.
We did say that during the draft as well.
Yeah, it's one of the Mons that suffers the most from the lack of having the nuke button.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's still regular Greninja before getting off the bond thing.
Yep, until it transforms, it's still regular Greninja, so...
Yeah.
Other than that, like, there's not a lot of really big surprises once you get past that. Yeah, so there's your kill leader board. As far as the KD ratio, which more people use to say, okay, what's the true number 1 Mon in the league, it really doesn't change much. Your top 10 is still pretty much the same thing. It's just Gardevoir drops a little bit, Hydreigon moves up. G-Max Melmetal is still the king of the league.
Yeah. By quite a bit as well.
It does not change a whole lot, to be perfectly honest. So, but yeah, G-Max Melmetal, king of the league right now. And then it's 2 G-Maxes and a Mega. What do you expect?
Not much.
So let's get into Slick's game here, because Slick beat Czech to be the number 1, or take out the last undefeated team.
It also ended my 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, that's true. You finally got back on the board after I cursed you saying you're number 1 at 0-2. Or 2-0. Let's see how long you can keep it, and then you proceed to lose 3 in a row.
Yeah.
I'm not one to talk. How many losses in a row do I have right now? 4.
Yes. You'll get there, man. You'll get there.
So, I'm going to go ahead and hit the play button, and let's see what we have here. So, Hatterini versus Rotom Wash. Why a Hatterini lead versus Czech when he's got 3 Mons that can... Well, I guess 2 Mons. That would be bad leads for you.
Right, hold on. I think I'll pull this team up really quick, just so I can kind of reminisce, because this was a couple of weeks ago as well, as you said. So it was a Trick Room set with Calm Mind and stuff like that. I think I led with this because I didn't really want him to kind of hazard stack me early on. I thought he brought Amistar for hazard stack. I feel like he might lead with that. Obviously, he had a read with Magic Bounce and ignores that, so I try and lead with that to prevent him from stacking hazards.
What if I have hazard stack Nidoqueen though? Like that would have been a bad lead for you.
I think I had Kebiaberry on it.
Okay.
Pretty sure Kebiaberry on it. Yeah, I did. Yeah. No, I didn't. I had leftovers. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm done. It doesn't matter. So I double here into Seismitoad on the Rotom. Clicks Hydro Pump. Pretty safe play. Turn 1.
Yep.
And then he reveals Substitute, which I'm like, oh no, I just lose.
Sub Rotom is not something that I've seen before, other than on nasty.
No, it's not. He reveals Subtoxic, but then he like shows, I suppose, that it's Hydro Pump also, so he actually can't really touch my Seismitoad, which is a bit interesting. Yep. And I stay in here just trying to break his Substitute, like kind of. Then I realize, wait, I'm not going to let myself get weakened, so I switch out back into Hatterene. He Hydro Pumps does 44, so that does a lot. Which is a bit, weird, but whatever. He both switches out, still does 31%, which is mad.
And I see Czech as a man of culture, going with the shiny Corviknight there.
Yeah, absolutely. I clicked Calm Mind, that was a bad play. I didn't think he'd full switch out, but whatever. I think I doubled, I went Aggron, so he caught me on the switch there. So I go Seismitoad, he Sword Stances, and basically this is the kill at this point. He gets a kill here. I think I'm Helmet Seismitoad, I am, yeah. So that comes in, Raichu comes in, and I think he has to switch here. And this is where I kind of start playing a bit aggressive, so I click Substitute. And now it's pretty tough for him to not have something killed. He defogs there, and I end up killing his Corviknight, which was, in my opinion, one of the toughest things for me to break through, one of the toughest stops for Darmanitan, so that's pretty big. And then the Rotom comes in.
You chunked that Rotom with T-Bolt.
Yeah, it did a lot actually. I wasn't expecting Raichu to do this much. Conkeldurr comes in, it's Assault Vest, so I can really take on anything that Rotom wants to do. And I can kill him back with a Drain Punch, get a little bit of health. He dies there, Terrakion comes in, and at this point, I Mach Punch, he shows Chocolberry, which is good prep on his part. Combats kills my Terrakion, but again, Raichu just gets to come in here and it
gets a kill pretty much.
Yeah, times one.
Quick attack?
Pretty much. Yeah, he had quick attack on it.
Quick attack on... I didn't even know that Terrakion got quick attack.
Yeah, it's really funny. So then this monster comes in. I substitute to stall out a turn of the Gigantamax. He gets the Yawn part, but I Thunderbolt, get a bit of chip on him. He kills me. So he does get a kill with G-Max there.
Okay, yeah.
But now at this point, I pack Iron Head on the Darmanitan. Oko is this thing. Don't have to deal with it. That's really cool. He brings in his Nidoqueen. He shows Pursuit, which was a bit of a weird play, in my opinion. I don't think it really accomplished much for him, but I don't know. Earth Power here kills, which I was kind of surprised at, whatever. And at this point, this is where I choke. Well, not choke, but this is where I misprepped. If I had Earthquake, I just won the game, straight up.
Yeah.
But you're going to see it gets...
Oh, you let this man smash, didn't you?
No, you'll see. it gets a bit interesting. But at this point, I'm like, okay, he's going to Shadow Smash. I'm going to lose this game. This is 36%. I get the flinch.
And you missed twice.
Yeah, I end up missing twice.
Did you get skull burned? Nope. Okay. But Heavy Slam didn't do a ton. Wow. That is a very bulky Amistar.
Yeah, and now at this point it just comes down to whether I get burnt or not. No, I had rest. I probably should have clicked it. Yeah. But I didn't want to risk it, to be honest.
Wow, if that thing had been Smash, ooh, that would have been...
it'd have been bad.
That would have been real bad if that thing was Smash, and you had missed 2 Icicle Crashes. Icicle Crash is such a dangerous move.
Yeah, it is, for sure.
Very, very risky business. But hey, you came away with a 1-0. I mean, every little victory counts.
Yeah, definitely. And hopefully now, with this win, we can start pushing back a little bit.
Yeah, you ended your streak. We'll see if I can end mine. Yeah, that was well played. Other than like, you had 1 or 2 which you had talked about moves that were questionable, but other than that, you played very well. And that's the one thing people seem to forget about G-Max, is it doesn't last more than 3 turns. Yes, it does go through Protect, but it's like Z moves through Protect. It doesn't do full damage. And if you have them on faster than your opponent's G-Max, you just sub up on their G-Max.
That's exactly why I packed Substitute on Raichu. It's like, I'm faster than G-Max on the Grim Snarl. If he wants to stay in regular and Sucker Punch me, then I can, I can sub up. Obviously the Sucker Punch won't work, and I can, it was effective in soloing out at least 1 turn. And then Germanchan just came in, Iron Head finished it off.
Yeah, so if you're scared of the G-Max, as long as you got something that's faster, sub-protect, you can burn 2 turns of their G-Max right there. And then, they'll still get the stat boosts, but they won't be able to hit you as hard. So.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Well, Slick, congrats.
Thank you very much, man.
All Gamma coaches, congrats. We're halfway there. We got 6 more to go. We'll see if people can turn around their bad starts to
I was only saying this to you the other day as well, is we've had no dropouts.
You guys need to stop jinxing this. This is like the 4th time somebody has mentioned that there have been no dropouts in Gamma.
But it's something that, it's really good though, because that is not something that happens a lot. And it just goes to show how well the league's run, because, people are...
how well it's run, just the fact that I have 19 amazing coaches, and then me.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a good roster this season, and everyone has gotten their games done. Obviously, Zippy was sick, but we definitely wouldn't hold that against him. He caught up for sure. So. Yeah,
I mean, other than Zippy, we haven't had any games get delayed, as far as I know.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone's done really good with that.
Yeah, so good job, Gamma coaches. Alpha coaches, I know I haven't said anything to you guys, but good job as well. Getting your stuff taken care of. Jake and I are both really happy with that. So we're going to end this weekly recap here, and we will see you guys next week for week 7. I don't know if I'll have Slick or if I'll get Thriller back on, or who will do it. Just kind of who's available, what match was the highlight match, and all that. So anything else to add before we dip out of here, Slick?
No, not really, man. Thanks very much for having me. It's a pleasure as always.
Not a problem, so we'll see you guys next time.